Oh my goodness, folks. What's up? How's everybody doing? Good morning. Welcome to the weekend. Welcome to Halloween weekend. Happy Saturday to you. I hope your week has been good. Get ready for the biggest freak weekend of the year. If you're a freak like me, as the song says, come on out, put your costume on, go trick-or-treat and all that good stuff. My goodness, let's make it fun. Anywho, the answer to the previous trivia question. These are last couple of trivia questions were really fun, folks. It dealt with hard rock, it dealt with music, all that good stuff. The answer to the previous trivia question was the rock band Kiss. You all have heard of Kiss. Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, big long tongue, blood, pyrotech stuff blowing up all over the place. Loud rock and roll. Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park was a film in 1978. It was an made for American television film starring the hard rock band Kiss. Like I was saying, it made its so-called huge debut to the world on October 28th of 1978, right? Which is the focus of the trivia question. It was aired on NBC. It was at the height of Kiss's popularity. And by 1978, Kiss was the talk of the world as far as music goes. They were on top of everything. This came at the height of their popularity, and just before Halloween. So there was a kind of a mysterious, pretty kind of a nice, significant build-up to the whole thing, right? Due in part to the band, their costumes, their kabuki makeup, their alter egos, their persona, right? They're kind of a mysterious type of an aspect to it anyways that fit hand in hand with Halloween. And this was strategically planned, right? They wanted something to go with all of this at the height of their popularity. Unfortunately, it was rushed, right? Now, let's go back just a little bit. The group's gross income in 1977, this tells you how big they were. Total $10.2 million. Doesn't seem like a whole lot of money in 2022. In today's money, however, that adjusts and equates to over $45 million in 1977. Folks, that's a ton of money. Like I said, they were on top of the world. Now, their creative manager, Bill Aucoin, okay, who's well known for managing Kiss back in the 70s, he thought, however, that the cycle of album releases and touring had taken its toll on Kiss, and they needed a break. They needed to do something new. They needed to enter into a new era, right? He was of the opinion that as far as touring goes, up until that point, they had gone as far as they could. And keep in mind, too, if you know the history of Kiss and you've read some documentaries, I've read just about every documentary on Kiss you could think of, folks. I love Kiss. But they put out their first 4 to 5 albums in rapid fire succession. It was amazing, really, what Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley and the rest of the guys did with their initial album releases. So by 1978, everyone's kind of looking to do something different. Okay, he formulated a plan, Bill Aucoin formulated a plan to cast Kiss as superheroes. Again, going hand in hand with their persona, their makeup and everything. A process that began in 1977 with the release of a Kiss comic book, which of course is one of the collector items of the day today, right? Those comic books from 1977, where this is all where the idea for a Kiss film developed. The band agreed that we could move forward with this, and plans were developed for a Kiss film. Now, the movie's plot, first of all, folks, I want to tell you, this turned out to be one of the worst movies ever in the history ever made. It was a bad film. There was nothing good about this film. The movie's plot revolves around Kiss, the rock band, who uses their so-called superpowers to battle an evil inventor named Abner Devereaux. You hear the nemesis of the movie is named Abner Devereaux. You know it's going to be a bad movie to begin with, right? And the band was going to save a California amusement park from destruction, right? Go figure. Most of the production was rushed. The script was penciled in, underwent numerous rewrites. All 4 members of Kiss were given crash courses on acting, which didn't really amount to much at all whatsoever. Again, it was a flop on proportional levels. It's well known as a horrible, horrible movie. Even Kiss fans, rabid Kiss fans, were like, What's going on with this? This was a bad move. Now, due to the film's poor acting and semi-comedic script, that was in my research. That's how it was described. Most Kiss fans disliked the film, right? Despite the film's poor quality, it has over time attained an incredible cult film status. I don't understand how things like this happen, because no matter how many times I watch this movie, and I've seen it multiple times, it's a god-awful, horrible, horrible movie. But again, it's a collector's item. And it's like a rite of passage for Kiss fans. You have to sit down at some point and watch Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. It's really just, and it's almost laughable. That's how poor it is, and how you just got to keep coming back to it. That's the best way I can describe it. It's attained cult film status, right? The members of Kiss despise the film for making them appear buffoonish. and let me tell you, they really do appear buffoonish. The scripting is horrible. It's sometimes you could hear voiceover dubs. They had like their stand-ins, their stunt doubles look nothing like the original people. It was, God, I can't emphasize enough how bad of a movie this is, to say the very least. For years after its airing, no one who worked for the group or who was around Gene or Paul or the rest of the band members were even permitted to mention the film in their presence. That's how bad, that's how heavy it weighed on Gene Simmons' mind, right? Okay, so after this film, cracks in the band became even more severe. They were really burning out anyways. It's well known that the latter two members, Peter Criss and Ace Frehley, were into substance abuse issues. They had just come out with solo albums, which was supposed to go hand in hand with this movie. Peter Criss would eventually leave the band, and Ace Frehley left shortly thereafter. And the rest is Kiss-story, as they say, as far as Gene and Paul taking the reins of Kiss. That's kind of where that happened, at that pinnacle. But the movie ended up to be a catalyst, if you will, of the breakup of the original four members until the 90s, when they got back together and did their farewell tour for the next 40 years. But anywho, that's another story. Again, Kiss meets Phantom of the Park, bad movie. The movie was actually produced, believe it or not, a couple of geek factoids, by Hanna-Barbera Productions. The animated cartoon movie took this on. Go figure. It is such a cult classic behind this horrible, horrible film. It shows on Amazon now, starting at $150. Folks, that is no joke. It goes up from there. So if you want to get a hold of this bad movie and watch it, you have to pay out the nose for it right now. So it's like I said, it's a collector's item if you can get a hold of the original DVD or CD or whatever, the VHS, or I don't know. But Kiss, I think, is winding down their tour, and I think they're going to finally retire after 50-something odd years. I've seen Kiss too many times to count, and I've seen Kiss meets Phantom of the Park too many times to count, too. It's a great movie to get this weekend for Halloween, folks, absolutely. Okay, folks, in line with Space Ace Frehley and the band Kiss, let's keep on with this trivia question to get our weekend started. The last weekend of October, kick off Halloween weekend for October 29th. On this day, see if you can get this, folks, in 1998, nearly 4 decades after he became the first American to orbit the Earth, and after serving 25 years in the U.S. Senate, this person was launched into space again as a payload specialist aboard the space shuttle, becoming the oldest human ever to travel in space. Good luck, folks. Have a good weekend. Go have some fun. You guys deserve it, man. I'm telling you. Thanks for all you do. It's a privilege to be on your team. I appreciate all of you and your hard work. And as always, peace out.